got our winner from the Heritage Classic, Matt Kuchar. And Matt finally got it done. You know, he's had such a great year, been in the hunt so many times this year, and just has had difficulty on the final round. This time he came from behind, had that hiccup at 17, which kind of made us wonder, and then he knocked that shot in on 18 for birdie. So let's look at his swing from the down the line view. This is a 7-iron. And so I've drawn some lines here. One is the original shaft angle, and then the other one is a line that we draw to kind of estimate where the club's going to go. So the biggest thing with Matt, what's interesting, you look at his club. So the club head's outside his hands, and Matt has, worked on having a lower, flatter left arm. So he's got, his arm is a little, you'll see players with their arm above the angle of their shoulders. You'll see people with it on the angle of their shoulders. Matt's actually a little below the angle of the shoulders. And then, but the shaft's in great position. The club face is in really good position. So as we watch, one of the really interesting factors to keep in mind with Matt that we may not see, may not be able to see in regular speed, is that he's not flat and a shallow shaft. He's got that flatter left arm, which is kind of how we distinguish his golf swing. But then his shaft, if you watch it, is just as good as it could be. And if you've seen any of my analysis, we talk about tracing that bottom line, tracing this line right here, right down that line. So that's the original shaft angle. So he traces that line down to the golf ball. So he's coming from the inside. It's that tilted over circle. Impacts the ball with a square club face. Maybe, as a draw player, maybe it's a half a degree closed. And then the club comes back to the inside. So it doesn't, when people say it goes down the line, there's the ball at that bunker right there, and that club's 2-3 feet to the left of that. And then there's the ball. You can still see it. And his club comes up the circle. So it's that tilted over circle that we're all looking for, that we teach. Matt's got a great one. The one characteristic that kind of, I wouldn't say fools us, but the one characteristic that we pay attention to is how flat his left arm is. But the thing to really keep in mind, we just saw it in slow motion, he's got his shaft angle just right for hitting good shots. So now here's a face-on view of his swing. This happens to be with driver, and so back he comes. He's got a big turn. He's got width. He's got wrist hinge, something we talk about a lot. He's braced against his firm right leg. And then as he comes down, he has great lag. So you'll see his wrists. He doesn't give away the wrist angle he created early. He keeps that angle, and you could see there was a little bump to the left side. Now there's mainly turning, and as he comes to impact, you see the handle in front, and now the club head catches. And so you can see, look at his head compared to where it started. So that orange line was where his head started. So his head is more behind the golf ball with a driver than it was originally. And the thing I always like to show, if you watch the club from here to there, you see the circular nature of a golf swing as opposed to stop action right there. And then people say, oh, he went down the line. And the next thing you know, a player hears that, you may hear that and start trying to extend your arms, when really what he's doing is going circle and completing his circle. So keep these things in mind. Keep checking out. We'll be having these analysis on a regular basis. They're always based on our belief that golfers are unique, and Matt's another version of that. So keep up the great work.